a story first on CBS 13, a promising sign of a possible move by the Oakland A's to the Sacramento region. We've heard it before. Well, some of the team's top-ranking officials spent the day at Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento.
CBS 13's Andrew Hobner broke this story. He's live at Sutter Health Park getting answers on what this all means or potentially means. Andrew?
Yeah, certainly a step in the direction of having Sacramento potentially be a temporary home for the Oakland Athletics. Up to this point, it was just a discussion of, well, it could be one of the few cities they're looking at. And then earlier today, we saw Athletics owner John Fisher as well as A's president Dave Kaval leaving Sutter Health Park, with Kings president of business operations John Reinhardt following shortly thereafter. A sign that things could be moving a little further along than earlier expected this week.
Athletics owner John Fisher and his entourage quietly entered a car and got on the road after a tour of Sutter Health Park. A surprise to fans like Ray, nicknamed Dr. Death in Bay Area sports, who's a West Sacramento native.
And I was just told, I think John Fisher is down the street. I think Dave Kaval's down the street.
Ray is a diehard A's fan and has followed the saga of the team's move out of Oakland very closely.
He was so willing to meet with the fans when it was all nice for them. But when it comes to face the fire and ask and answer our questions, they're nowhere to be found.
But region leaders believe differently. Greater Sacramento Economic Council leader Barry Broom has told CBS 13 in the past on record he would support the A's moving to the city. The city of West Sacramento told CBS 13 in a statement, quote, "We are closely monitoring the possibility of the A's playing their home games in West Sacramento." City manager Aaron Laurel went on to say the city is prepared to work with both the A's and Giants to help make this arrangement a win for the teams, their fans, and West Sacramento residents and businesses. For fans like Ray, they see casual fans being in favor.
That ballpark will be filled up with those casual, nonchalant fans, but I guarantee you those hardcore A's fans will be out here in full force opposing in our green cell shirts to sell the team.
But those who believe in the A's in Oakland and the Kings in Sacramento, he says, won't be.
If that's what Major League Baseball wants, of just those casual fans and disregard these diehard fans that have been with you for all these years, I mean, have at it.
So, as you saw on that scoreboard, there were a couple other names that your layman might not know. People know John Fisher, people know Dave Kaval, but Ross Bowen, who is the finance chief of the Athletics, was the other name. And then the two additional ones, Serena Botez and Sandy Dean, are members of Sansom Partners. That is Athletics owner John Fisher's investment firm that essentially controls the money of his franchise and of the other things that he is invested in, indicating that this might be something a little bit further along. Greater Sacramento Economic Council Barry Broom also confirming today that he was a part of these meetings, and the city of West Sacramento, as you saw in those statements, has been made aware. Now, the one thing I want to mention, the stadium as well as the Sacramento River Cats are owned by the Sacramento Kings, hence John Reinhardt's involvement with this meeting. The city of West Sacramento would be alerted by the Kings if something should happen that would progress this even further. But there is also a question of the San Francisco Giants. They have the territorial rights to Sacramento. Would they even allow this? That in itself is a very big question, as well as what we have reported on Monday, which is that this all is buried in television rights revenues as well for the Athletics, and whether or not they can recoup some of that money on a broadcast deal that would essentially vacate if they were to leave Oakland before 2033.
Lot of pieces. Will they all fit, right? Will
but
they
all
fit?
It's a lot of
so
information. I know. I threw a lot at you there.
but it's good info, and info you'll only hear right here on CBS 13. Andrew, great job breaking this story. We'll see where it goes from here. A big announcement.